Developing right now, ISIS run out of the ancient Syrian city of Palmyra. ISIS thugs destroyed many of the ancient historic ruins, and these are horrifying pictures and videos of history just being wiped away and lost forever by ISIS. But news tonight, some of the few remaining ancient ruins could survive. Syrian forces and Russian warplanes pounding ISIS fighters and finally recapturing the city. Also days ago, U.S. Special Ops Forces delivered a serious blow to ISIS, a pre-dawn raid in Syria killing ISIS' #2 leader. So how does that impact the fight against ISIS? Just a short time ago, spokesperson for the anti-ISIS coalition in Iraq, Colonel Steve Warren, went on the record from Baghdad. Colonel, nice to see you, and thank you for joining us, sir.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
And thank you and congratulations to the coalition for taking out the #2 in ISIS last week. What are your thoughts on the impact of taking that #2 out?
Well, it was an important strike. You know, this terrorist was, in fact, in charge of their entire financial operation, and that's going to put a crimp in how they do business. We've coupled this strike with our other focused strikes against their ability to make money. We've struck oil wells and oil trucks, etc. And combined, these two things are going to cause ISIL to have legitimate financial problems.
Do you have any idea whether al-Baghdadi, who's the #1 guy, is still alive or where he is, or any information about him at all? And taking him out would mean what?
Well, we do believe he's alive. We are actively hunting him. And when we do kill him, this will be yet another significant blow to the organization. Tough to tell whether or not it will completely end the organization. Decapitating it may kill it, or it may still live. Either way, we're going to continue our pressure against this enemy until we are able to finally defeat him.
What do you think would actually break the back of ISIS? Is there any one sort of plan or strategy or one sort of target or attack that would break its back?
Well, ISIS claims to be a caliphate. In order to be a caliphate, you have to control territory. So we believe that by seizing the city of Mosul and the city of Raqqa, that will go a long way towards collapsing that organization. They'll no longer have what they can legitimately call a caliphate. That'll have an important second-order effect as well. It will take away their safe haven, so they won't any longer have a place where they can plot and plan and direct their external attacks against Europe or even the United States. So we believe, at least militarily, that the key to defeating this enemy is seizing those two cities. The rest of it will begin to collapse after that.
What about, take a look at like Paris in November, Belgium last week, which at the very least it appears to me is ISIS inspired. They're certainly bragging about it online. Is there any way that sort of what you're doing on the ground in any way can sort of inhibit that inspiration to these other terrorists, rogue terrorists or whatever they may be?
Well, it's going to be difficult. You know, we've said that it's going to be impossible to kill our way out of this problem. We do have to create a fundamental shift in this ability of ISIL to be able to inspire these terrorists. And that's going to take a lot. You know, this is going to take peace here in Iraq. It's going to take some reconciliation there in Syria. And it's going to take really a worldwide kind of coming together around the idea that this radical Islamic terrorism can't stand.
Colonel, if you had a magic wand or a wish list, is there anything that we Americans aren't giving you and the coalition to do its job? What would you like more? Is it more manpower, more ammunition, more what? What do you need?
Well, we're well provided for, we believe. But what we really need is to continue to keep the pressure on this enemy, and we're going to do that. Back home, we know that our great law enforcement, our first responders are protecting the homeland. We're going to continue to work together, and we're going to get this enemy beat. We're going to get them beat, and they're going to stay beat. But we do need patience.
One thing that I've heard, and I don't know if it's true or not, but sometimes some of the targets that our military may want to take out may have nothing to do with what's going on there, but that you have to get permission and it becomes rather bureaucratic. Is there sort of a clean, smooth line of command so that you're getting those okays enough, or would you like to make that a little smoother?
Yeah, it's a complicated process, you know, especially here in Iraq. You know, every bomb we drop, we do have to get approval for that bomb from the Iraqi government. We are their guests here. They invited us here to operate. Part of the agreement is that they approve all of our strikes here in Iraq. In Syria, it's less so. We're able to strike really without too much trouble. But here in Iraq, we do have to go through this process. But we need the process, I think, because, part of the path to victory really involves having an indigenous ground force. We've tried it with just us, and that's difficult. But an indigenous ground force, we believe, is what's going to beat this enemy and keep them beaten.
Colonel, thank you very much for joining us, and good luck to the men and women who work with you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for the support.